think I have one of the most difficult challenge in terms of explaining our business and to explain to you what is this special company and how does it add value to everybody else. Now you have seen the video and you have seen that as a company we have been existing in Gujarat. We have been supplying to critical products to all the Indian projects as well as international projects. We have a substantial exports to the tune of almost 46%. And despite that, I'm sure that 8 out of 10 people don't know us at all. This is the precise point where it's a very challenging point for us to explain what we do and why we are so special and what is it that can open the doors for the future. So I would not take too long a time but to explain and correlate the products which really makes sense in terms of how we have done historically and what is the thing which will be going forward.
By the management. So I would just like to thank on behalf of Axis Capital and ICICI Securities that we've been privileged to be associated with one of the prominent manufacturers of serogenic equipment and a leading serogenic tank manufacturers in the world. I would just say that a couple of lines about the company. Inox India is one of the a shining example of innovation-led growth of Make in India and Make in Gujarat. Their experience in the serogenic industry holds immense promise, and the opportunity which it has in the industrial gas, clean energy, and cytoceramic industry is huge. Their experience of over 30 years of delivering projects on time, dedication to quality has won them the trust of over 1,200 domestic and over 250 international customers across 60 countries. Best of luck. Inox India has consistently set benchmarks of excellence.
I think it's another 5 to 7 years before it reaches commercial production. And we have an ongoing association with them in addition to the cryolines that we've provided. On a continuous basis, they keep giving us additional orders as well for different kind of equipments that they need. So, once you establish your reputation and your brand with such projects, it really helps in, easily enhancing the relationship and expanding it to different product lines as well.
How about ISRO?
Similar for ISRO. ISRO is another organization which is constantly doing something new. As Kulkarni Sahab showed you that photograph of here in Ahmedabad, the green color looking photograph, which is India's largest satellite testing chamber, vacuum chamber, which is based right here just a few kilometers away. And we are very proud to be selected to do that. It's not something that we had done before, but they trusted us. They trusted our, our ability to design, our engineering prowess, the quality of our manufacturing facility, the tolerances, the quality systems that we follow. And I'm happy to say it's been a couple of years and it's running very successfully.
Your order booking is 1,036 crore.
Yes.
Which is, I think, it is equal to last year's turnover.
Right.
It was 980 crore something. So how much time you will take to execute this order?
So our order book is a function of, we have a standard tank division and a non-standard tank division. In standard tanks, we deliver it usually in 4 to 5 months, and non-standard tanks take anywhere from 7 to 12 months. So our order book is a mixture of both of them. 75% of our order book are non-standard tanks or non-standard solutions, and only 25 is standard. So it's difficult to give an exact time, but that's the mixture of the order book.
Any planning to supply your cryogenic to ISRO or NASA?
We would love to supply to everybody, wherever we get the order from. ISRO, as I said, we've been associated for more than 20 years, and our association is ongoing. As and when they need equipment, we always bid for it. And if we were to ever get an opportunity with NASA, we would be more than excited to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
First of all, congratulations for developing such company. Who is the other manufacturer in the world competing with you?
So the largest competitor of ours in the world is a company called Chart Industries, which is a US-based company, and it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Other than that, there are many Chinese companies, European companies, Turkish, it's
lead managers, ICICI Securities and Axis Capital. I would like to welcome all of you to this press conference. It is indeed our pleasure and privilege to introduce Inox India Limited, which is India's #1 cryogenic equipment solutions provider and world's leading solution provider, to customers across the globe in the fields of clean energy transition, including industrial gases, LNG, hydrogen, and cryoscientific solutions. This company has very robust financials, one of the best-in-class margins, return ratios, and growth trajectory. Before I speak further, let me also introduce the dignitaries on the dais. We have got Mr. Siddharth Jain, who is the promoter and non-executive director, Mr. Parag Kulkarni, executive director, Mr. Deepak Acharya, chief executive officer, and Pawan Logar, who is the chief financial officer, and Pareen from Axis Capital. Now, coming to the key details of the issue. The IPO consists of an offer for sale of an approx 22.1 million shares at a price band of 627 to 660 rupees per equity share. The IPO opens for the subscription on 14th December and closes on 18th December. And with this, may I request Mr. Siddharth Jain to address the audience. Thank you.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time to come here and listen to us today as we meet you for the first time to introduce our company and to introduce our IPO. I know it's lunchtime. A lot of you must be very hungry, so we'll try and keep this very short. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank our bankers and as well as Ad Factors for organizing this. Deepak from ISEC, Pareen from Axis, thank you very much for helping us along the way in this journey. This is our first experience of doing an IPO. Inox India was founded by my father, Mr. P.K. Jain, back in 1992, 30 years ago. And everybody here that you see on the dais have been here for 30 years. Mr. Parag Kulkarni, Mr. Deepak Acharya, Mr. Pawan Logar, they have all been the senior management of the company, the KMPs of the company have been with this company from day zero. Just to introduce who we are and what we do, you'd be happy to know that we are a Gujarat-based company. We're very proud of that, and we are excited that we'll have, hopefully a very successful listing of another Gujarat-based company with all your support, of course. So Inox India is one of the world's leading players providing customized cryogenic solutions to customers along the clean energy value chain, who use our tanks to sell clean energy products such as hydrogen, LNG, industrial gases, and cryoscientific solutions. We've been in this business, as I mentioned, for the past 30 years, and we operate in 3 different verticals. As you can see on the screen, our first vertical that we operate in is called industrial gases, where we have customers who buy our products to sell oxygen, nitrogen, argon. Most of you would remember during COVID time, there was a big requirement for medical oxygen. At that time, while there's a requirement for medical oxygen, Inox CVA also had to help in setting up the entire medical oxygen infrastructure, because if you don't have the cryogenic tank in the hospital, you can't supply the oxygen. So in that 2-year period, Inox CVA installed over 500 cryogenic medical oxygen tanks during that period. Within industrial gases, we also have a vertical of hydrogen, as most of you would have read in the past year or so, the past 2 years. Hydrogen is being touted as the future fuel of the world, which is going to help us decarbonize the entire world. It is the cleanest form of energy, and we are fortunate that we make equipment to store, transport, and regasify this fuel. In fact, very recently, we have supplied liquid hydrogen tanks to the world's largest liquid hydrogen plant coming up in South Korea. So it's a matter of great pride for us that this company based in Gujarat, making products from India for the world. Everybody knows South Korea is a country which is known for its heavy engineering capabilities, but they selected us for this mission critical exercise of storing liquid hydrogen, which by the way is at minus 260 degrees centigrade. Just a little more background, I should have given this earlier. Most of you may not know what is cryogenics. What is it that we make? Cryogenics is handling any fluid from below minus 100 degrees centigrade to minus 270 degrees centigrade. So all the equipment and solutions that we make is to handle these fluids in different sizes, capacities, in these vacuum insulated containers, which can be taken on the sea, by rail, on the road, in static form, in any shape or form. And we've developed this IP and this technology in-house over the past 30 years. Our second vertical